I would consider them as very business friendly, considering startups. So for new founders, for entrepreneurs to start their new ventures as a starting point, of course. It's a very small market though, but it's good to get a prototype out there, to get to an MVP, so that they can really test the minimum viable product and then move on to, let's say, other European countries or the United States directly. Usually startups in the Baltics are moving through the UK to the USA directly, because the market opportunities are bigger and also the restrictions and everything is less. So that's usually quite good. From a legal perspective, I would say it's quite easy. A lot of processes have been digitized. From a governmental perspective, from a banking perspective, it's also quite cheap. Living costs are quite good. And also from a, let's say, talent perspective, it's quite lucrative to be here. Because the talent is usually quite good, they are quite heads down, so you get shit done. So yeah, I would say it's a quite good starting position to be in the Baltics. I would say depending on what type of business you want to start. For financial technologies, London has been hyped a lot. Since the Brexit, there are serious considerations of companies not to be there anymore, in particular regarding financial regulations. So Singapore or New York is usually quite a good start. If you want to do something around IoT, the Industry 4.0 something, I would consider Germany as quite an interesting place, because you have your initial market there in terms of automotive manufacturers and these kind of things. If you still focus on social media or kind of new types of digital technologies and industries, the United States, I would say, is still leading, and it's very open in terms of consumer adoption or user adoption. It's quite easy, or it's easier there to get started. There are certain underlying technologies that are currently under disruption, as to say. Artificial intelligence is one of them. That's already ongoing for quite a while. I would say for more than 60 years actually. Others are in the computing space, where we talk about quantum computing, very core technology. So if somebody would solve it, or if it can be solved for, let's say, mass usage, it will change a lot of things. So really technologies or product service from the ground up. The same as I mentioned today in my talk around batteries, the power issue. So if we solve the power issue, we could have or build Iron Man suits, for example, right? And then, of course, it's all around decentralization on collaboration, where we have blockchain, of course, involved. So these are, let's say, core areas I would see. Besides that, biotechnology is for sure one of the biggest unknown areas we still have, and something that might be most rewarding in the future for entrepreneurs. I think everybody has a responsibility. Because first, as a ground up from as an entrepreneur, you have to be responsible towards your stakeholders. Later on, shareholders come into the play. And then as the third step, I would say society comes into the play. As soon as you have an impact into society, as your products and services are really impacting a lot of people's lives, for the good or for the bad, you have to care about. I think that's also changing if you see it in the older economies, in the old economy, in the old industries, like oil and gas. We have seen in the past 10, 15 years quite some really big issues in their model. I think that in the area of technology, it's different already. People are more donating into foundations and to try to change something for the better. Nevertheless, it's a very big effort to put onto, but at the end of the day, I would definitely say yes, everybody has the responsibility as a founder, as an employee, as a stake or shareholder, to take on responsibility to help in the change.